There are players whose names echo in arenas. Then there are players who disappear in the margins. The ones who never trend on Twitter, never make SportsCenter, but make the game work. You won't buy his jersey, you won't remember his stat line, but if he didn't show up, the whole thing would fall apart. He's the guy running the second unit on back-to-backs. He's the one yelling switches before the screen comes. He's the first in the gym and the last out of your memory. This isn't about Steph Curry. It's not about Dame or Ja or Luka. This is about the other kind of point guard, the ones who play the game the right way, but never get played on the highlight reels. This is what it feels like to be a point guard with no star power, to carry the ball and still be invisible, because in a league obsessed with fame, flash, and followers, being right isn't enough. You have to be loud, and if you're not, you're replaceable, disposable, forgotten. A point guard isn't just a position. He's a translator, a coach's voice with a player's body. He's the thermostat of the court, not just checking the temperature, but setting it. But you won't see that in a box score, because this job isn't made for cameras. It's calling a play before the defense even sets. It's shifting a screen angle by 2 inches. It's knowing your big man likes the bounce pass on the left, not the chest pass on the right. It's instinct, timing, trust. But none of that gets you endorsements. None of that sells highlights. And when your team wins, the credit goes to the star who scored 28. When your team loses, you're the first one they blame, because the game runs through your hands, so every turnover is your fault. Every bad shot from someone else, they ask why you didn't get them a better one. That's the curse of the invisible engine. You run everything, but nothing runs for you. You don't get to have a bad night. You don't get to be tired, because the team depends on your rhythm, even when no one notices the beat. There was a time when passing first meant you were elite, when a 10-assist night was a badge of honor, when the best point guards didn't need to shoot 25 times because they made everyone else better. But that era died quietly, and nobody threw a funeral. The league worships the scorer, because now, if you're not pulling up from 30, bold, loud, if you're not a walking triple-double, if you're not flashy, or worse, replaced, range, shock factor, you're forgotten. The traditional point guard didn't disappear. He just stopped fitting in. Teams want gravity. They want the highlight, not the hinge that made it possible. And so the expectations shifted. You're still supposed to run the offense, but also drop 25, keep the turnovers low, but break ankles, marketability, set the table, and still eat first. And if you can't, there's another guy right behind you who can, or thinks he can, or plays like he should. This isn't about basketball IQ anymore. It's about virality. And if you're not a star, you're just a piece, a forgettable face in a system that no longer values subtlety. You know what hurts the most. It's not the minutes you don't get. It's not even the contracts you don't sign. It's knowing you did everything right and still didn't matter. You followed the system. You set the screens, made the extra pass, called out the rotations. You made other people better, but the cameras never came for you. You logged 29 quiet minutes, 7 assists, 2 steals, 0 turnovers, and nobody cares, because it doesn't feel like stardom. Meanwhile, the guy next to you takes 20 bad shots, hits 4, and still leaves the arena with a mixtape. You start to wonder, do I need to be selfish to survive? Do I need to be louder, flashier, angrier, just to be seen? And that question never really goes away. It eats at you, game after game, flight after flight. The pressure doesn't come from fans. It comes from invisibility. Because in a world that only rewards the loud, being forgettable is a slow kind of death. Every day, you play for your job. Every mistake is a reason to sit. Every smart pass is one more moment someone else gets the credit. And worst of all, you start to believe you were never supposed to be seen. You were never the headline. You were the system. The coach called you reliable. The teammates said he's solid. The fans, they barely said anything at all. You don't chase stats. You chase spacing, angles, matchups. You sacrifice your rhythm so the scorer can find his. You know you can shoot, but tonight, you won't. Not if it helps the flow. That's the curse. When you do your job perfectly, nobody notices. When you miss one rotation, suddenly, you're a liability. It's not that you're not good enough. It's that the game rewards volume, not value. The guy with the green light gets the glory. You're just the light switch, and you accept it. Because you believe in basketball as a team game. Because you were raised to play it the right way. Because winning should be enough. But when the bonuses go out, when the all-star lists drop, when the interviews happen, You remember. The system doesn't pay the system guy. It celebrates the ones who color outside the lines. And somewhere deep down, it stings knowing you made the right play and still got left out of the picture. Legacy isn't always loud. Sometimes it's invisible. Sometimes it's in the way your team runs smoother when you're on the floor. Sometimes it is in the trust of a coach who doesn't sub you out with 2 minutes left. Sometimes it's in the win column, even if your name's not on the headline. You won't be remembered like Kyrie. You won't be celebrated like Ya. You won't be mimicked on playgrounds like Steph. But ask your teammates. Ask the guy who got the open look because you saw the rotation early. Ask the coach who never had to worry about tempo. Ask the rookie who finally felt calm because you told him where to stand. That's your legacy. It won't get you a signature shoe. It won't put you on the cover of Decay. It won't even guarantee you a roster spot next year. But it means something. You were the compass, the conductor, the one who knew when to slow it down and when to push. You were the guy who made sure everyone else looked good, even when nobody looked at you. And maybe that's not what greatness is supposed to feel like. But it's real. It's hard. It's thankless. It's lonely. And it's everything the game still needs. Because in a league obsessed with stars, the system still runs on someone, even if nobody remembers his name.